go ahead and display that color in a more useful way. How about if we actually just showed a little square of that color or a rectangle of that color? I dig it. All right, so that's a little more complicated. What if here inside this LI, instead of just putting the name of the color right here, what if we put a little div that had a background color of that color? You like it? We could do it right here inside here, but let's go ahead and save that to a separate string first. It'll be a little easier to keep track of. So up here with our other variables, let's make const color div, and we can set that to a template string that looks something like this. Without actually using our style sheet, how could we change the color? We can use CSS inline using the style attribute. Kind of gross, we like to keep those things separate, but this is just being done with JavaScript, and it is very fast, performant. So let's do it. And we could just say background hyphen color colon. What? I used a template string, so I can just use my $ thing. Favorite color. Now, since I am using a template string, I can also just put this on the next line and indent it, just to make it slightly easier to read on a huge screen. So you'll notice that style property names in CSS use hyphens to separate words. We've been using camel case mostly in JavaScript. And what if we just stick color div right here? It's a string. Why not? What's going to happen? Let's try Andrew Oppenheimer. Don't tell him I had to look at his name tag. Hey, Andrew. What's your favorite color? Orange. All right. That's pretty orange. I'm satisfied with that orange. You satisfied with that orange? Good. Oh, I'd say probably, what are you, about 14? Go. Oh, man. Where is it? What happened? Let's have a look at our DOM and see if we can determine if it is in fact there. Then we'll get to what you're going to tell me. So we can inspect the DOM anytime using our developer tools quite easily. That's in the Elements tab over here, right next to the console. To go straight to a certain section of the DOM, just right-click on something on the page and say Inspect. Then it'll open it right up, and it'll go there even if you didn't have the developer tools open yet. So here's that LI. Let's look in there. Remember, this is the DOM. It isn't necessarily the HTML that was there when the page was loaded, because this wasn't there when the page was loaded. Look, here we go. Div, style, background color. It's there. What gives? Gabby, what are you dying to tell us? It needs a width and height. There's nothing in that div. It has no contents. It is empty. It will not show up. So let's set a width and height. Background color, such and such, semicolon, width. Now in this case, I am going to use pixels. 100 pixels, semicolon, height, 50 pixels. Now in an actual style sheet, you'll always put semicolons at the end of each rule. It will not work if you don't. When we do it in line, if you have more than one, you're going to have to use the semicolons. If you only have one property and value inside the style attribute, you don't have to put the semicolon at the end. Background color is whatever, width, height. Let's give it a shot. I have no hope of seeing your name. What's your name again, please? Dom. That's right. Dom. What do you know? Just like the document object model. Oh man, that says doom. All right. Dom. What's your favorite color? Turquoise. That. I don't. That's right. Hey, how's that? Yeah. That'll work. Maybe seafoam green. I'd say about 93. Go. Oh man, look at that. Look at that vaguely turquoise box. Pretty exciting stuff. I'm going to commit it. Display the favorite color. All right. Now, we learned how to create DOM elements the hard way. Let's see if we can convert this, instead of using inner HTML, to use document create element and append child for all of them. Think you're up to it? I think you are. We're almost halfway through the morning. So why don't we take our break and do a little lab. I'll stick that in the README real quick. Day 2 lab. Add form values to details using document.create element and append child instead of inner HTML. I think you can do it. If you're fast and get done quickly and want to try a little more, maybe break out some of this functionality into a separate function. I am committing this because that way, out on GitHub, if you look at this project, the lab will be there, nicely formatted. All right, so take our break, do that, and we'll continue.